Hi, my name's Gavin Rooney. I'm a marine sales expert from Volvo Penta. We're here at the 2019 Sydney International Boat Show, where we're about to reveal for the first time to the public the new D4 marine propulsion systems. Let's take a backstage tour on the stand of the three new products we have to reveal. Please join me. So now we're on the stand, let's join with me and let's start with the new D4 D6 engine. But before we actually talk about this brand new engine, I actually want to talk about the history. This history has started since 2003 when Volvo Penta released the new D4 D6 product. But since then, about 5 years ago, it was decided to think about the future and decide to produce a new engine. At that point, we took 100,000 units produced in the field, took the intelligence from that, and then reached out to all our customers. At that point, either customer surveys, customer feedback at our test facility, or just general public things like at the boat show stands, we combined all that together to come up with 3 KPIs that we actually learnt. From a technology point of view, we knew we needed more power. From a customer perspective, we needed to gain trust, reduce costs to the owner, but also build a better customer experience on boating dreams. But now, let's actually look at the new D4 D6. The first achievement, by upgrading the steel inside the engine to stronger crankshafts, stronger conrods, stronger pistons, we actually were able to gain a 10% increase in power. The total package of D4 D6 now ranges from 150 horsepower all the way up to 480. So, once we actually have that new steel inside, we actually now need to provide a combustion chamber pressure to produce that power. To do that, we actually have under this cover a new fuel system. Not only does that produce power, but it also improves smoothness of engine, quietness, and better comfort for our customers. To get the power to where we need it, we have a turbocharger, supercharger. Those combined, we also need electronical systems. The new engine management system here combines all the data from the engine to produce the power. However, we didn't stop there. We knew the future was coming, electromobility, connectivity, and that future required a new architecture within our EVC system, electronic vessel control. At that point, we changed and decided to spend more investment money and produce EVC 2.0. So, in the combination, we were able to increase horsepower, reduce costs to the customer, and also extend the robustness of the engine to actually give the customer longer time with their boats. Also, this engine is a marine-only engine produced in our Vara factory in Sweden. Also, the marine commercial customer also can get a return on investment with these new advantages. So now we're moving on to the DPI unit, the Volvo Penta stern drive unit. But again, let's go back in history. 1959, Volvo Penta were the first marine company to release the stern drive aquamatic to the global market in the marine industry. So from there, we have evolved over years, and now we have the opportunity to go to the next step. This new DPI stern drive aquamatic from Volvo Penta has been produced using EVC technology to include electronic steering as standard. But now, let's move on into the actual drive itself. As we move into this drive, the internals are actually using a stronger new material steel on the shafts and the gear sets. And if you actually look at the new stainless steel propellers, that's actually what takes the 10% increased power from the D4 D6 and applies it to the water. But let's move into the top section of this drive. This drive actually changes from our older generation where we use a cone clutch system to select forward and reverse. We've now moved to a hydraulic transmission system where we actually apply this to actually increase the comfort to our customers with a smooth, soft shift mechanism. With that, we actually apply smoother operation to the vessel, no clunkiness, etc. But also, now we have this clutch in the top box. It allows us to actually use this technology and implement what we've seen from Volvo Penta IPS now on a stern drive product. So in here, we can actually use low speed functionality now to either slow down the vessel in those tight corners in the marina, or maybe trolling some baits around the fish pod to catch that large fish you're dreaming of. But overall, we can also now push a button where we can use dynamic positioning system and hold your boat right there where you need it when required until you're ready to move into the marina and tie up for the end of the day. So overall, this is the new DPI system from Volvo Penta. let's move on to the exciting new generation, where the Volvo Penta IPS system is where my journey started at Volvo Penta. 2005, we saw IPS from Volvo Penta start its journey. Since then, we have actually seen it evolve over a period of time, but now we're ready to move into the marine commercial market and increase the performance of the IPS system to make sure we can handle the new power generated by the D4, D6 product. However, if we actually look at the total Volvo Penta IPS at the moment, we actually see that the shape hasn't changed. We're still benefiting from that hydrodynamic technology that we created nearly 14 years ago. We still have the forward-facing propellers here, which actually gives us better optimum fuel efficiency, better performance, and that's what our boat builders experience today and our customers benefit from. However, if we actually move inside, we now have new Swedish steel for the shafts and the gear sets to give a robust feeling for our marine commercial and recreational users. Then, if we actually move into the top section, before I talk about that, Volvo Penta in manufacturing has actually invested large amounts of money to actually move into a clean room, which is like a surgical manufacturing plant to produce these transmissions to ensure our quality is improved to give a longevity to our customers. But let's move back to the drive. Inside here, we've now added an additional filtration system, a new style of oil to actually increase the service protocol to you as a customer to reduce those costs that we talked about earlier. Also, to stop having the boat lifted out, we've now implemented an oil extraction system on the top of this drive to actually allow us to extract the oil from this drive at service time without the extra cost of lifting the boat or hauling the boat. So there is the new Volvo Penta IPS 10 launched to the global world for you to use. So as we move on now, we actually look at what this actually means to the actual end operator or the boat builder. But what you've seen today from Volvo Penta is a D4, D6 coupled up to the Volvo Penta IPS system, the stern drive, but we can also couple up to an inboard shaft installation or water jet. But from there, the customer experience. The customer benefits from robust marine commercial support or technology now. The longevity of your product will extend. We not only do that, we reduce the service protocols, which reduces the cost to the customer, and it gives a boating experience that we are extending to the bigger marine industry. Overall, the maneuverability, the soft clutches, the joystick functionality, the DPS gives the boating dreams to everybody that has the marine experience today. Thank you. My name's Gavin. I'm on the Volvo Penta stand at Sydney Boat Show. But it's time for you to reach out to us and send your questions, and we're here waiting for you to answer. See you soon.